Today, we're going to be doing a long overdue review of new RTM tape stock. Now, we're going to take this test to another level. Not only are we reviewing their C60 and C90 cassettes, but also their SM900 quarter-inch tape as well. If you're into analog tape at all, I'm sure you've heard of Recording the Masters, or RTM for short. They're a French company who own the original formulations for AGFA, BASF, and MTEC tapes, all iconic and proven brands from back in the day. Now, I did a quick comparison with an RTM tape when I made my review of the new ATR Cobalt stock a while back, and I was really impressed with the results, especially for a Type 1. So I figured it deserved its own video. I'm expecting this test to be much better. Now, we're going to be using multiple decks for this test as well to simulate multiple recording situations. I want to be as meticulous as I can in this testing. Now, be sure to stick around towards the end of the video where I'll be announcing an awesome giveaway to 3 lucky people to celebrate 5,000 subscribers to the channel, all thanks to Nashville Recording Supply. Now, you won't want to miss these tests or that giveaway, so stay tuned. In this video, we're going to focus on the cassettes first. To test these tape stocks, I'll be using 3 different cassette decks. I want to simulate the most common types of home recording enthusiasts. First, we're going to use my Sony Teac K615S. It's a full-featured, higher-end, 3-head deck with fine bias adjustments, Dolby S, and it's recently been tuned up and calibrated. To represent the casual cassette user, we'll test on my Sony TCWR661 dual deck, which is more entry-level, and also my B.I.C T3, which is a 3-head high-speed deck to represent the oddball mid to upper-level vintage enthusiast, like myself. I tend to focus on more plug-and-play, simple techniques and equipment for the average person on this channel. But I've had comments in other cassette-related videos asking for more high-end handling of recording. So this will be the video for that, as well as sticking to the plug-and-play casual users as well. Let's get into the recording and the results. Now, before we put these in the machines, I want to take a look at the tapes themselves. I just got these, they're brand new, and just so you know, I reached out to Nashville Recording Supply, not the other way around. This isn't a sponsored video. He was just really kind to help me with the giveaway part of it. Now, I want to take a look at the C60 first, and I'll put some specs up on the screen so you can see all of the different specs and everything for this tape. They're both very similar. Now, the tape itself, I think they've got a nice case on these. I think they're a good-looking tape. It's a clear case. 5 screws holding it together. Very nice construction on these. I mean, they're pretty plain, but I actually appreciate that. I'm very visual when a tape is playing. I like to see everything working. Nice structure down at the bottom. They're nice, solid cassettes. Let's take a look at the J card here. See what they say on here, because it feels like a pretty substantial card. Okay, so we've got the standard J card where you can write your track listing on it. But on the inside, it says, high quality professional audio tape. RTM is proud to continue pushing the boundaries of analog recording through audio cassette. Based on the legendary Studio Master audio tape formula, SM900, the RTM series enables users to record and playback audio at the highest level. And based on the very limited testing that I've done using one of these before, I believe that. They are a pretty high quality tape. It says Type 1 ferric oxide, 60-minute recording time, normal bias, legendary formula, low noise. Now, I know normally low noise on a cassette, at least from what I remember back in the day, was not a good thing, but these get a pass on that. They actually, I think, are going to be pretty good. Now, I'll go ahead and throw the specs up on the screen for the RTM C90, and as you can see on those, the specs are almost exactly the same as the C60. The only difference is the thickness of the base for the tape. That's how they're able to get, you know, extra recording time and an extra length of tape in there for the C90. So they're going to be the same as far as all the recording specs go, so they should sound exactly the same. So we're going to use both of these. I'm not going to test both in all three machines, but they should have a similar sound when we're done with them. All right, well, let's go ahead and get these loaded up and get some recordings done and see what we think of the sound. All right, so I've got the C60 loaded into my Sony TC K615S. So let's go ahead and get this calibrated up. And it looks like it's just a little negative bias. Level's good. So that's pretty consistent there too. Not any wobble that I can see. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this ready to record. And we're going to record this, and I'll switch back and forth between the source and the tape so you can hear the difference here. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Well, that actually sounds pretty great. All right, let's move on to the other Sony deck, my Dual. All right, next I'm going to use the C90 in the more entry-level dual cassette deck. This is a Sony TC WR661. Now this one is not a 3-head deck, so I can't switch back and forth between the source and the tape. But since you just heard the best recording and the source in the last one, I'll go ahead and hit record on this, record it back. But what you're going to hear is the recording of the playback from this. So you're going to hear the finished product. Okay, well, entry-level deck, you get entry-level results, right? Okay, so for the oddball guys like me, let's switch on down to my B.I.C deck. All right, so for the oddball vintage guy like me, we're going to use my B.I.C T3 2-speed deck. Now we're actually going to be recording this at high speed. We're going to do it at 3 3/4 inches per second, 120 on the EQ. Normal bias seems to get this one calibrated up perfectly, so this one's actually ready to go. I decided to do the 3 3/4 inches per second on this one since we've been running regular tape speed on everything else, just for something different and for the oddball guy out there like me. So let's go ahead and get this one going. There's just something about a high-speed tape deck I love. No, that actually sounded pretty good. Pretty impressed with that one. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the open reel SM900. All right, so now let's take a look at the SM900. This is the high output studio tape, 1/4 inch, that they sell. And for this, we're going to be recording it using my Teac A3300SX master recorder. We're going to be using 15 inches per second on that so that we can get the highest quality possible. Now, if we open the box, the tape itself, I mean, it's a very, very nice presentation in here. Nice standard nab reel on that. Nice tightly packed tape. Looks really, really nice. If we pull the leader off on that, the tape itself, very glossy, very nice. I'm looking forward to hearing what this sounds like. I've used ATR 1/4 inch stock for years and I've really liked it, but from what I've been told, people really prefer this SM900. So let's get this threaded up and have a listen to it. All right, we're all loaded up and ready to go. Let's try out the SM900 on the 15 inch per second master recorder. Okay, well, that was actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. Let's go back to the studio. Now, I want to know what you heard in those demos. Which did you prefer, and how does this compare to the tape stock that you use on a regular basis? Are you the entry-level guy, the mid-level guy, the oddball vintage guy like me, or an audiophile? Personally, I think they sounded great compared to the other new tapes that are on the market currently. Okay, now you've stuck around until the end of the video, so here's more information about the giveaway that I mentioned earlier. Nashville Recording Supply is giving away 3 prizes to 3 of my lucky subscribers. One 2,500-foot nab reel of 1/4-inch SM900 tape, a 10-pack of RTM C90 cassettes, and a 10-pack of RTM C60 cassettes. Your choice. Now, if you're into analog tape, you've heard about RTM. They're the French company with all the original formulas for BASF tape. Now, they've been producing these tapes for quite a while now, and they've proven to be some of the best, as you just heard. Now, you may not have heard about Nashville Recording Supply, and that's a shame. So, I want to say a quick word about them because I think it's important to keep local, small businesses going. You know, so many times we tend to pick big box stores or online mega retailers because we think we're getting the best price or the quickest delivery. But that's not always the case. My last order from Nashville Recording Supply arrived in just a couple of days, and their pricing was the same as if I had ordered it from some faceless mega store. Now, Adam Dalton, the owner, has a degree in sound recording technology, and he's an active musician who regularly performs with his group, the Tennessee Warblers. That means he knows his stuff, and I'd rather do business with someone who can answer my questions and can help me find exactly what I need. And that's places like Nashville Recording Supply. They've been supplying the Nashville area with analog tape and hard drives since 2007, so they know what they're doing. And now with their online store, they can help supply you as well. And besides that, Adam is just a super guy. When I reached out about doing a giveaway, he was super excited and jumped on board immediately. So whether you win or not, please consider buying from him next time you're shopping for tape. Now, if you want to register for the giveaway, visit my website at vintageelectronics.tv. You'll find a link to register, and be sure to select which prize you prefer. It's your choice, and make certain you're subscribed to the channel to win. I appreciate each one of you for being supportive of the channel and helping it grow so quickly. It's truly humbling to think that among all the millions of videos on YouTube, you chose to watch one of mine. So here's to many more years and even more fun. Now that's all I have for now, so I'll see you next time. Happy listening.